This is Mark with a Q, and I hope you really check out my podcasts. Somewhere in Vegas on Blog Talk Radio, Sin City Sessions on Blog Talk Radio, and Katie on Blog Talk Radio. We've had some of the greatest guests in the world, and you can just check them out here. Here's some examples of musicians.
And then let's talk a little bit about probably one of your biggest hits. Well, we never went to all the Georgia. What was your thought process in creating that song?
Well, it's a little disappointing because it sounds like there should be some kind of a real story about it, but it's not. Actually, we'd gone in the studio to do an album that we ended up calling Million Mile Reflections, and we didn't have a fiddle song. So we said, hey, we need a fiddle song. So we took a break from the studio and went to a rehearsal studio and wrote this thing in about 2 days' time. Went back and recorded it. Where the idea come from, I had this idea in mind, this thing in my mind, kept going, Devil Went Down to Georgia, and then we just got with the band and kind of expanded on it, and here we go.
And it had so much staying power, especially, it's kind of crossed over, and you still have people that know the song, a lot of younger people that know the song. What do you think is the one thing that kind of keeps that staying power around to that song?
Well, it's an old story. You know, it's an old story. There's actually really nothing particularly new about it as far as the story's concerned, but I think that it's just a matter of, you know, people, and it's easy to understand. That's another thing, too, and it's just kind of people are able to understand it. For the kids are able to understand what it is and, you know, what it says, and it's, you know, just generation to generation.
Actors?
You know, you aren't the stereotypical gal, which not to say that you're not very beautiful and very vivacious, by the way. So yeah, that is something. You know, that is something to have someone that kind of looks, you know, I'm not going to say normal or average, but you know, somebody that looks real. In that part. So I mean, was that something that Josh was looking for?
Absolutely, yeah. It was definitely in the character breakdown from the very beginning for November, for her to be a you know, fuller woman, and you know, it's something he made clear to me as well. You know, he made it very clear that, Miracle, you're beautiful as is, and there need to be more normal-looking women on television, and I don't know why there's not.
Reality show stars?
Now, this season you said that you were a huge fan of the Michigan Wolverines. I mean, have you ever considered maybe going to college eventually?
Yeah, I thought I'd go to college when I was 26. I don't know why 26. It just seemed like a good year. But 26 is coming past because of the show. I've been very busy. Maybe, you know, you never know. I'd have to explore my options, I suppose, after the show's finished.
And would you go to Michigan? Would you consider going to Michigan?
Oh, I'd love to, of course, yeah, if they would accept me. I mean, based on my high school grades, they probably wouldn't, but I don't know how they go about it these days.
Is there any certain degree that you would love to get?
Psychology.
Psychology, very interesting.
Yeah, I work with a bunch of cuckoos, so it's kind of nice to try to break down their behavior and figure it out.
Comedians?
You're really cranking it up for this next season. I mean, the whole idea of John Stamos being humped by a dog. Now that, although that's not you know, that's something I'm pretty sure he's used to, right?
Yeah, I think pretty much everything around him tries to hump him. He's a good-looking guy. He's distractingly good-looking. So I think I could speak for the dog that, you know, I was having to hold myself back.
And some of the most interesting people you'll ever meet.
Can you explain what burlesque is to my audience?
I think this would be best for Ivy. Ivy?
Okay, Ivy.
Well, burlesque is the art of the striptease. It's not stripping, it's strip teasing. The motivation is different for us as far as like the motivation would be for a stripper. It's not about the money for us, it's about the passion, it's about the glamour, it's about feeling sexy and having control on stage over your audience. It's having your audience beg you for more, to pull that glove off or pull that thigh high down.
So please tune in to our broadcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of things and hear a lot of things, and you get to break in on a little bit of news and some little inside information. So make sure you guys check out Somewhere in Vegas, somewhereinvegas.net, sincitysessions.net, and myspace.com/Katie80show. And you guys will check out the link right at the bottom of your screen here on YouTube. And make sure you guys check us out. We have some interesting things going on, so make sure you guys check out that website and check out all the shows, all the great shows here from Flare Dog Productions, Somewhere in Vegas, Sin City Sessions, and Katie80. We'll see you on the web.